3, 2, 1. Hey everyone, we got Wade here. He's going to be showing off his DDD deck, and we're just going to go right to it.
Okay, so first, 2 Max C, because Max C is too good not to play. The draw power and the advantage you can get off of this is amazing. So we're running 2 of those. 2 Gamma Seals, Kaijus, because it's really easy out to a lot of things. Also, it's a level 8 for a trade-in target, so that bumps my trade-in targets up to 7, which is nice. So, Kaijus. Then for the DDD stuff here, we've got 3 Ragnarok. He's one of your big combo pieces for getting into your rank 8s. When you summon him, he can special summon a DDD from the grave, and also when he's on the field, you can pop one of your DD monsters and then target and banish one of your opponent's monsters. So he's really good, necessary. Then 3 Savant Thomas. Thomas is another big combo piece. Play him because when you summon him, he's on the field, you can pop one of your scales. So if you set a scale, you can pop it and then special summon from the deck. You special summon a 1 DD monster from the deck. You can't summon him because it has to be a DDD monster and not just a DD monster. There's some weird naming conventions with that. But anyways, when you summon him, you summon it in defense position and its effects are negated. So generally what you'll do is you'll have him on there, summon him, pop whatever scale you have, and then you'll special summon Ragnarok in defense. And then you'll go into a rank 8 play, so he gets rank 8 plays.
One thing to mention about the name is that if it just says 2D, so D/D, that counts for all the monsters because they do have that in the name. If there's 3Ds, then that doesn't go towards, or if there's 2Ds actually, it only goes towards the 2Ds and all 3 of them.
Yep. So lots of weird stuff with that.
Yeah.
But anyways, then we run 3 Savant Kepler because Kepler is your main searcher. Well, he's your main searcher to get into your other searchers. When he's normal or special summoned, I can search for a Dark Contract out of my deck, and the contracts are one of your big things that you use to get into all your plays. So
he has a second effect, right?
His other effect you literally never use. When you summon him, you can return a DD card you control to your hand. I guess I could see where you could use that. You could return like a contract if it's killing you, but I've literally never used that other effect and never seen anybody else use that effect. So
it's mainly just to search out the contract.
Yep. Okay, other combo pieces. We've got 3 Swirl Slime. Swirl Slime is your fusion from hand. You activate it in the hand, and then you can fuse with other things from your hand as fusion materials. So he's important. Then 3 Necro Slime. Necro Slime is essentially the same as Swirl Slime, except it does it from the grave. So you activate it in the grave, and then you can fuse with other things from the grave as fusion materials. When you use him, though, your fusion materials are banished, including him. So you'll use him and one other, and they both get banished to fuse. Extremely important still. Then the big one here, 3 Lamia. Lamia is your tuner. She is a level 1 tuner, so it gets you into a lot of things. Pretty much everything out of the extra deck, all the synchros come from her, with the exception of one thing that happens every once in a while, but she's super important. Also, when she's in your hand or in the graveyard, you can activate her effect, and you can send a DD card from your field or from your hand to the graveyard and special summon her, but once you use her effect, when she leaves the field, it's she's banished. So, like, for example, if I had, I don't know, this on the field, I could activate her effect, send this to the grave, get her on the field, then when she leaves the field, she'd be banished. But it basically enables you to get into a lot bigger plays doing that. So, like, you can sync her with her like 2 or 3 times in a turn, with one of her, not just multiples of her. And we play 2 Savant Copernicus. This is really useful too. This is essentially Foolish Burial for DDDs as a monster. So you normal or special summon him, and you can send a DD card from your deck to your graveyard. I believe it is just a DD or Dark Contract. So you never really send the contracts, but normally you'll send Lamia or Swirl Slime or Necro Slime with this. So it's another way of getting into your combos. Then you play 1 Orthoros. This is a really good thing at 1 because it's searchable by your contracts. You use its pendulum scale. It's you'll put it in the scale, and then you can pop a dark contract and 1 spell or trap they control. So that's really useful. And also, it's a tuner, so it's a level 4 tuner. So what you'll do with that is, if you have Copernicus on the field, you can get this out and go into a level 8 synchro. So that's really nice. Then on to the spells. First, you got the contracts. 3 gates, so 3 dark contract of the gate, 1 dark contract of the Swamp King, and 1 dark contract with the Witch.
So could you explain the use of each of the contracts?
Yeah. So gate is your searcher. You play it, it's a continuous, so you activate it, and then you can activate its effect to search for any DD monster from your deck and add it to your hand. So this gets into literally anything you need. Then Swamp King, again, it's a continuous. All the contracts are continuous. So you activate it, and then you can activate it to use its effect. And this is essentially a continuous poly, I guess. You put it on the field, and you can fuse with things from your hand, field, or graveyard. So pretty much everything. And this gets you into some of your bigger fusions, or your 1 bigger fusion. And it can also act in place of some of the other combo pieces if you need it to. So that's really important. And it's also searchable off Kepler. So then Witch is the 1 trap, but it's also, again, it's searchable, so you only really need it at 1. But you flip it, and then you can discard a DD or dark contract to pop any 1 card that your opponent controls, which is really, really beneficial. It gets over stuff like Vanity's Fiend and stuff like that, which this deck would normally have no out to. So that's really useful. Also, during your opponent's turn, all of your DD monsters gain 1,000 attack, so that sometimes comes in handy. Then we've got the search or draw power, 2 trade-ins, and 3 Allure of Darkness.
How many targets do you have for Allure of Darkness?
I think it's like 27 or something in the deck for Allure, so that card is literally never dead in this deck. For trade-in, there's 7 trade-in targets, including Gameciel, so it's still pretty good with that. You almost never break with this, because even if you don't have a target, you can search a target out with your contract. So draw power is essential. Then we've got 2 1-ofs here, 1 for 1 and Foolish Burial. This gets your combo pieces to the grave, whether it be Swirl Slime, Necro Slime, or Lamia, so that's useful. You either end up using this or Copernicus if you need something in the grave, so that's why I only run 2 Copernicus, because this acts as a 3rd without you wasting a summon if you need to normal summon. Then 1 for 1 gets out Kepler's. So again, a lot of the time you have to really manage whether you normal summon or not in this in order to do your combos right. So 1 for 1 will let you get past that, so you'll just discard 1 and then special summon Kepler. So that's really useful. Then 3 traps that aren't contracts: Warning, Vanities, and D-Barrier. Just stopping your opponent from doing stuff. Warning is obvious, stopping even normal summons. Vanities and D-Barrier, calling whatever you need. So these are important. Then let's go for the extra deck next. XYZs first. Play 2 XYZs. 1 Kali Yuga and 1 Hope. So Kali Yuga is for if you're trying to get over boards that you can't get over if you don't have like a Gameciel or something. Because when he's summoned, everything on the field is negated. So, and you also can't activate effects on the field. So he negates everything. Hands and graveyards can still be used, but it still gets over a lot of unbreakable boards, and having a 3,500 body is pretty great. Also, his other effect is it's a quick effect too. During your turn or the other player's turn, you can blow up all spell and traps on the field by detaching an XYZ material, so that's really nice. Hope Harbinger is generally for going first. You get Hope out, the negate is really nice, so 2 XYZs.
Can you bring Kali Yuga back over here?
Yeah, sure.
One thing that you forgot to mention, how long does his first effect last for negating all effects?
Right. So that's only during the turn he's summoned. It'd be pretty broke if it was permanent. So it's the turn he's summoned, for the rest of that turn everything's negated.
Okay.
So that's that. Fusions now. We've got one Wave Oblivion. This is the big guy. You get into him. The only way to get into him is with Dark Contract with the Swamp King. He's basically a massive beater that can steal monsters. So when he attacks, I can target a monster that isn't the one he's attacking and attach it to him, and he gains the attack of that monster. So that's really good at getting other stuff in his. It's a nice thing to have on your field if you have your other stuff on your field already, and he comes in handy every once in a while. So one of him. One Beowulf. Generally, what you do with Beowulf is his effects most of the time don't matter, but because he's level 8, so you get into your rank 8s with him. You'll get like Ragnarok or Thomas on the field or something, and then go into a rank 8 with him by fusing. So that's nice. But his effects are, though, DD monsters do penetration damage, and he can also, during your standby phase, blow up all spell and traps. So he's useful at 1 D-Arc. Sometimes she saves you from your own contracts, so that's nice. And also, she is a level 7, so you can go into level 8 synchros with her and Lamia. Then 2 Genghis. Genghis is one of your main combo pieces. Pretty much every time you start a combo, you're going to fuse into Genghis. His effect is when he's on the field and another DD monster is special summoned, he can special summon any DD monster from your grave, so get stuff out that way. We run 2 because you'll go through 2 in one combo. So then your other big combo piece is Alexander. He's your level 7 synchro. You synchro into him with Genghis and Lamia, but his effect is essentially Genghis's effect, except it's only level 4 and lowers that you can summon out of the grave, so that's important. Then the other synchros, we've got 1 Siegfried, negates any face-up spell or trap on the field until the next standby phase. That's the Bay. Right now I'm playing 1 Clearwing. I'm probably going to switch it out for Omega when that comes in. I got 1 on order right now. So this is just, sometimes it acts as a Crystal Wing when you can't get into Crystal Wing. And the negations are nice too. Then we got the side chick, Crystal Wing. Still really good though. Negating monster effects is amazing, and it gets over big monsters too. So Crystal Wing's super important.
You get the lockdown with Siegfried as well if you get that turn 1.
Yep. It's 1 monster negate and one spell or trap negate. The big lockdown is having this, and that on the field, because that is 1 spell or trap, 1 spell, and 1 monster negate. So it's a pretty hard board for people to get over.
Spell and trap and monster, and then you also get to steal with hope.
Yup. Okay, other synchros. 1 Crimson Blader. He is very fun to lock down people with. When he destroys an opponent's monster, your opponent can't normal or special summon level 5 or higher monsters in the next turn. So that's really nice.
No, that's a very interesting tech.
1 Ardice Meteor Burst. It's a level 7, so you go into him generally with Genghis and Lamia, but when you summon him, you can special summon something out of your Pendulum Zone, one of your scales. So, like if you have Ragnarok or Thomas in the scale, you can summon it off of this, which is nice. 1 Moonlight. Moonlight is really good in general, bouncing other players' cards. This is another one I'm debating on. I think I'll probably keep Moonlight and switch out Clearwing, but I'm not sure yet. But it's still pretty good and comes in handy. And then 1 Car, Formula Synchron. This is something that you can get into your 8s with this, and also the draw is nice when you summon it. So you go into Car with Lamia and Kepler. But it's still a really good combo piece, and gets that extra draw, which is really nice. Okay, side deck. Okay, so I side 1 of each of these, Dark Law, Mithril, and Dragon Buster, as targets for cherries. So basically, whatever deck I run into, these are generally the 2 that we see a lot of the time in our local area, so these are the ones that I'm running for cherries targets, so just banishing stuff, which is nice, locks down things. Then 2 Ghost Ogres. Ghost Ogre is pretty good in general, popping. It goes against metal foes, pop stuff. Against a mirror match on DDDs, really nice. You can pop their Alexander and just halt their play in its tracks, which is great. 2 Lava Golem. I side Lava Golem in over Gamma Seal if I know my opponent's going to be making bigger boards, because getting rid of 2 monsters instead of 1 is nice. Also, he's a level 8 too, so it still doesn't sacrifice him as a trade-in target. I can still use him as a trade-in target, so it keeps my targets at 7. Then we've got 2 Spell Shattering Arrows. This is really nice against the metal foes because it blows up their scales and whatever else they have, and does burn damage too, so that's nice. It can be good against DDDs too if they have a lot of contracts on the field. 2 System Downs for ABC. System Down is pretty self-explanatory. Banishing everything is really, really nice. Also, you can use it. Cosmo has been making a little bit of a resurgence. You can use it against those 2. Okay, then 2 1s, Regeki and Prohibition. Regeki for removal and Prohibition because it comes in handy sometimes against decks that are their strategy is like pretty one-sided. If they have like some like ABC, you can call Dragon Buster or other things like that. Calling one strategy decks, this pretty stunts them
like
pretty
Union
well.
Hanger, you call
Yeah.
Metal Foes Fusion.
Yeah.
Against DDDs in the mirror match, what would you usually want to call?
It's hard against DDDs. I wouldn't say this is something I would side against DDDs like almost ever, because we have more options to get into stuff. You could call Lamia, I guess, but we can search Orthoros out and then pop it, so I probably wouldn't side this against DDDs, to be honest. But yeah, that's about everything.
All right, so we got through everything here. Thanks a lot, Wade, for showing us your
Yeah,
deck
sure.
profile. We got more videos coming along the way. Thank you for that, and yeah, hope you enjoyed the video.